Hello, this is the video lesson for 6.12b on unit rates. It builds on building ratio tables, and unit rate can help you find some of the missing values on a ratio table when you're not sure how to fill in some of those values because it might not be exactly a double or it might not be an exact multiple of the ratio that you started with. But I'll show you an example of that. I just wanted to talk about what a unit rate is. So it's a comparison between two quantities, comparing one of the quantities to one unit of the other quantity. So the key word there is the one unit, that we're comparing something to one of another quantity. All right, so just in an easy example here, let's say you are comparing pizzas to dollars. And let's say that you spent $27 and you bought 3 pizzas. So what are we comparing here? We're comparing two units, two quantities. One quantity is 3 pizzas. The other quantity is $27. So we're comparing dollars and pizzas. So let's make a ratio table, see if we can find the unit rate and use the unit rate. So the top number is going to be dollars, bottom one is going to be pizzas, and the one that we know is, I'll put it in the third box, is that 3 pizzas cost $27. Okay, what if we wanted to know how much 6 pizzas cost? I think we can double it, right? That was one of the things that we learned in the last unit, is you could double to find that. So it would be 54. But let's say we wanted to go about that in another way. Let's say this wasn't 6, maybe it's 7. Well, that's a little trickier. If we can find the unit rate, which would be the cost per 1 pizza, then the cost for 7 pizzas would be easier to find out. So to go backwards on the ratio table, instead of multiplying up, we divide to go down. So we would need to find out what 1 pizza costs. So you divide by 3 to get to 1 pizza. You'd also divide the cost by 3. You wouldn't still pay $27 for 1 pizza if you paid $27 for 3. So you would pay a third of that, or $9 for 1. Well, if it's $9 for 1, then how much is it for 7? It's going to cost 7 times that. So now 9 times 7 gives you the price for 7 pizzas. So we've found the unit rate and used the unit rate to fill in a missing value on the table. Even if it were 4, it's not in order, but it doesn't have to be on a ratio table. It just has to be equivalent between each one. So 4 would be 4 times as much, so 36. And you might notice that 9 divided by 1 is 9, 36 divided by 4 is 9, 27 divided by 3 is 9, and 63 divided by 7 is 9, that they all have the same unit rate because they're all equivalent ratios. So let's try the same example, but with some trickier numbers, not necessarily whole numbers, and not even numbers either. So I have a problem from the textbook that says a chef buys 6 pounds of salmon fillets for $51. Want to make sure that we're still recording here. I think so. Okay, so a chef buys 6 pounds of salmon fillet for $51. How much will it cost the chef for 9 pounds of salmon fillets? So the things that we know, what are the two quantities? One would be pounds of salmon. One would be dollars, cost in dollars. Okay, so we want to know the cost per salmon. So the amount of money per pound of salmon. And that's important to know because that tells you the order of what to divide. So I'm going to put dollars in the top one, cost, and pounds in the second one, pounds of salmon. And what we do know is that $51 can get you 6 pounds of salmon. And what we want to know is how much money we'll need for 9 pounds. The strategy here is to find the cost of 1 pound. And how would you find the cost of 1 pound if you know the cost of 6 pounds? So you can use the calculator for any problem here, any problem in this whole unit. If it's $51 for 6, I do 51 divided by 6 to find the cost of 1. So really what I want to know is this divided by 6, which would be the cost of 1 pound. Or this divided by 6, and on the calculator it tells me it's $8.50. So now knowing that it's $8.50 for 1 pound, can we find out how much it is for 9 pounds? We would multiply by 9, multiply by 9. So I'll take the $8.50, multiply it by 9, and I end up with $76.50. All right, well, stay tuned for 612C on proportional relationships.